Alright, what's good guys? Welcome back again to this channel. In this video, I'm actually going to be showing you a full stack inventory management system, particularly for a medicine store that we were able to build from scratch, writing all of the codes and the rest of them, and of course through the help of um all the necessary softwares I was able to use to achieve this. And then I'm going to be walking us through this particular inventory management software so you will be able to see what we're able to achieve from this particular beautiful one. As you can see, this is the login page, as you can see, and we have a beautiful login authentication form, as you can see right here. And then we're going to be logging into this particular um, software, into this particular system. Pretty much beautiful, and that is going to be that. Now, as you can see, we are right here in this, and this is what it looks like. A very beautiful, nice dashboard. As you can see, the name is Mazino medicine store. Is a very beautiful one. As you can see, we have everything shrouded and stacked right in the dashboard, as you can see right here, right from the sales, performance, inventory summary, the purchase summary, the profile summary, the sales item, and all of that, including their figures. So you could also just see an overview, a raw overview of whatsoever it is that the system has been able to capture over time, of course, through whosoever might be the interpolator of data into this particular inventory management system. And this is actually a beautiful one, as you can see right here. So pretty much we're still moving forward. We still have our total product, we have purchase and the rest of them. Now we also have if at the right the left hand side of the screen, you could see the over of our mouse button and all of that. You could see how beautiful that looks like. So I'll be clicking on the inventory first of all. Now this is the inventory. If we want to add first of all, before I talk about the adding of inventory or the product to this particular inventory system, you have these are the already inventories that we have here. You could see we have one product that is out of stock. You have the delete button. If you click on delete, you have a particular product or whatsoever inventory deleted. So if we are deleting this, for example, let's look at it. Let's see what it is going to do. If we end up deleting, you could see I've deleted that, and that is off the inventory. So we're actually looking at other product. Now if I want to edit, I could click here on this particular product, and this is the form. Then I can go ahead and effect my correction or whatever I want to effect on this particular inventory. So if I should click on this, let me edit the product name, and say let's add probably an L to it. Okay, and then we save. As you can see, it's showing updating. Now I've saved that. Let's look at the effect. Now you could see the change on the particular inventory. Clean and multipurposely beautiful. So we also have add medicine. So if I want to add medicine to this system, this is actually what I'm doing, adding medicine. That's we have the product name, generic name. I could just use anything for the generic name. So for example, let's use Mzor for the generic name, and M um Zor for the generic name, and then manufacturer name. I could as well use Emzo as well, and then we choose from large scale of category, clicking on this particular list, and then I choose antibiotics, and then click on the next one, batch number, add. Then we have expiration date. I have to also click on the expiration date, put in the date where you have the best before for that particular product or that particular medicine. And then we also have supplier's name, whatsoever, the cost as well, not forgetting the cost, price 2000, and then the selling price, say for example we're doing 5000, and then the quantity we have about 10 as the quantity, and that will be that. Then we can also put our barcode if we so wish, but if not, okay, let me put a barcode. And then we are having our save medicine, and you can see it's saving. And after saving, the next thing you'll be seeing right here is that it is saved, and this is the medicine. If we scroll down, you could see paracetamol. You could see it very clear, antibiotics quantity 10 and the rest of them, and it is available. If I could also edit on there and whatsoever. Now we also have the total product, as you can see from the list, 6 in number. Then if we add the quantities, that's where you're seeing all of that. Then we can also come here to our search and definitely just search for our product. Pretty much easy peasy and quick, and you have that particular product popping up. I could then edit or delete, and that is actually that for that. The next on the list is we are having our purchase. So if I should click on the purchase, and then this is the purchase has to do with what um you've gone to the market to get now, not necessarily what you have purchased from you know um from the system or from your whatsoever, no, or your company, no, what you've purchased from your suppliers and other people. So that's what you get as purchase. So entering all of those new purchases, that's where this is where you put them. So you could see already we have purchases here and so on and so forth. So then you could go to your new purchase and then fill up the form where you have the purchase date and all of that. So where at what point, what date was this product um was it bought or was it entered into the system? So you could be able to track how well your sales and all of that is going to be doing over time from the date of purchase and there. So we have the badge number of the product, we also have the cost price, and then we have the total cost and all of that, and then payment. Remember, quantity is there and all of that. So if you're through with that, the next thing you just need to do is pretty and simple. Okay, cost price, yes. Then we have paid. You could also, is it paid? Is it pending? Are you pending payments to pay your suppliers and the rest? That's where you enter. And then you have a brief note. If you so wish to do that, you could also do that. And then after, remember to do put your supplier name, and that will be that. And once you're done, you can come down and click on the save purchase, and you would have this interpolated into your purchase list, and that would be added to the purchase. So that is one part of it. As you can see, the purchase is loading, and immediately it's done loading, you'll be able to see the particular product, and this is what we have here. So this is it. So now we're having all of these purchases right here. The next on the list, now I could view the purchase, and I could also delete any of the purchases right here. So the next on the list is our sales. Now this is particularly for the cashiers. Now if you want to make a sales or whatsoever, maybe a customer walks in and definitely wants to make a purchase of whatsoever medicine, all you just need to do is to just go straight to your sales, and then you could go as well as adding you could see a rundown of an overview of what is happening, total sales, sales value. This is you have your entire sales values, and then you have the items sold pretty much, and then that is pretty much on that. So if I scroll down, you're actually also seeing all the sales that has been done so far right on this particular system. And then if I'm to add a new sales, I could just go here, and then the date is right there fixed and all of that. I could as well to make use of the customer name, impute the customer name, and then the quantity, very important, not forgetting also the medicine as well. And once that is done, I'm through with my selling price and all of that. If there's any necessary or necessity for discount, I also apply that. And once that is done, I happen to put the cashier name, or whosoever is sitting on the system or the console, making interpolating all of these sales. And once that is done, I could go ahead and you know click on add medicine. So as you can see, I'm having 0 on my grand total. Once I click on add, it has updated itself. I could scroll up again and then represent repeat the same process, and as well as with another medicine if I so wish. And then of course all the necessary details also fixed in all of these boxes, and then I also click add. So I've had two medicines there. If I should do the third one now, I could also click on add. And once I'm through with that, the next thing to do is to click on my save, or yes, save sales, or sales save and all of that. And once I click on that, I have my sales inventory updated, and then this is the sale. So if I click on view receipt at the right hand part of the screen, you could see that it is actually working on the receipt, and then I have this pop-up here, which is the receipt. You can see beautifully done, well arranged, everything clean. And we also have a thank you for your patronage. this is also a footer message for the receipt. So pretty much this is, if I scroll up, you could see the name of the company, name of your brand, name of your business, and the location, the phone number, and the email address, and the exact time that product or that medicine was bought is also captured by the receipt. And then I could click on print receipt, and it will take me to where I need to print the receipt. um, this, I'm actually recording just a tab on this. That's why you're not seeing the print module for the print receipt. So once your printer is connected and you click print receipt, it is actually going to be printing this particular receipt for you. As you can see, easy peasy, pretty much beautiful and clean. So this is actually what it looks like on this point. So I'll be closing this, and I'll be also going to the next thing on the list, or the next um menu on the list, which is report. We just finished dealing with receipt, which has to do with what we did initially. The next one we're going to be looking at for is the report. So if we click on the report, you could see we have a comprehensive report here showing all activities, more especially the sales, all the sales report so far. You could as well come to this particular point and then choose the period in which you want to get the report for. And then you click generate report, and then it is actually going to be generating that for you real quick, pretty much easy. And this is what we have right here. As you can see, these are all the entire product. Now if I want to print this particular report from so period, a stipulated period of time, I could go ahead and choose the period and then click on that. And then once I click on that, I'm having what you're having here, and then I can print. Now the last on the list is actually this receipt, is the settings. And now in the settings, you can just, as you can see, this is where you change your password. When you click here, you can change your password, and then when you scroll down, you also have this store information. This is where you put in the names and the email addresses and the phone numbers and the address of your location as well. So once you have done this real quick, you also have a footer receipt. What write up, you could also attach to that, which might serve as a written note, which was what I did. When the receipt popped up, you could see thank you for your patronage. So that is where I actually infuse that into the system. So easy peasy, pretty much this is what the entire system looks like. You have your purchases, you have your total sales, you have your daily sales, you have your stock available, you have those that will be expiring soon. So that is just pretty much what it looks like. I clicked on log out, and we are out of the system, and here is back. So pretty much I'm walking us through the code aspect of this particular system. As you can see right here, the code aspect, this is where we have all of the written scripting language for what you're seeing right here. All of the scripting language, this is where you're having it. So first off, I have my server, which has to do with code.gs serving as the server for this particular system. And then when you scroll down, you could also see I have my aunt. These are the server for sales, server for all of the necessary functionaries that you have in this particular system. These are where the servers are embedded. And yes, these are where the servers are embedded. So if you scroll down, you keep seeing lots and lots and lots and a whole lot of code being written, a whole lot of blocks of code that is being written in this regard. So this is pretty much on this. Now I also have our auth.js, which is serving as the authentication or the authentication for our server, for our login page, preferably. And then we also have utility. We have our inventory.js, which is also serving as also a mini server. And then we have our styling, which is the style.html, serving as the entire styling for this particular system and this platform, which is a beautiful one. And then we keep moving downwards, and we have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pages, including the dashboard. As you can see, dashboard.html is also one of it. As you can see, pretty much easy peasy, beautiful right here. And this is actually what we've been doing for the past couple of hours. We're able to build this particular inventory management system, and this is pretty much clean. So if you want something like this, it's a very easy and a very clean one. You could as well go to the comment section and type in inventory, and then we'll be taking up taking it up from there with you. So do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell if you're new to this channel, so whenever it is we bring something important like this to help your entire educational experience, you would not be left out of the news. Or if we go on live, you can also be part of our live programs that will also add value to you, as involving tech and technologies and the rest of it. And this is actually a beautiful one. You could also do well to share this video to someone to also help someone who is also finding his way through in tech, to be able to know how this thing works and how to be able to go ahead and do things like this pretty much easy peasy. Yes, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and I'll be seeing you right in the next one. Stay safe.